walk away from the train wreck. You can blame it on the tech or the disrespect. If you play better, button check. Button check.
What is up, Butt Check family? Welcome back to yet again a beautiful EVO day of buttons that need to be checked. Thank you guys for tuning in. Chapter, sub button, all that good stuff down below. We got a hot one. Now bear with me. There's so much news and information coming out right now. I'm gonna do my best to get to it all between now and Monday. So either way, this one though I felt we had to talk about because apparently Maximilian got his hands on Marvel Tokon. He did this stream. It's pretty lengthy, but we're only gonna cover the highlights where he actually had some surprising concerns about the current state of the game, which is shocking as hell because this is one of the most anticipated games that I can remember in a long time. So either way, he expresses concerns, actually some good points as well. So we're about to unpack it, chapters down below, all that good stuff. Let's go.
Is there any pros to do motion inputs? Oh, you mean like not professionals, you mean like advantages? Yeah, they do a little bit more damage, I think. Do combos feel good to do? So right now they do and they don't. And the only reason they don't is because if you want to get the result that you know is going to work with a limited period of time to play the game, my dude, you just have to mash auto combo. Which is like, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to do that. So the good part is that at the end of that session, it was like, my feedback was, I want a training mode so bad. My feedback was, my dude, I desperately want a training mode, man. I really want to see what we can do, like, training mode-wise. So that's a good thing. How's the super dash? So you know how I said we did not understand the full breadth of the game systems? I could not find where the super dash was button-wise. I could not find it. So it was in there somewhere, but I never got to see it happen. And that's kind of like a bummer, is that I really wanted to see that. There is a universal grab input. Yeah, it was medium and heavy. M and H. So, like, for anybody that has, like, the bigger overline questions, does it feel like Marvel versus Capcom? It does not. It definitely has a completely different feel than, like, an MVC game. And I do kind of hope that the tagging is loosened up a bit. Like, you guys will see this stuff right here. I'm going to go back just like a little bit. Check this out. So you see when Cap comes in here? So it says like X to change. And I would be like mashing the X button here and it would not change. You have to wait till this thing gets highlighted. So, and I accidentally brought in Cap because I was trying to like tag in Star-Lord, you know? Or something like that. And the opportunity to tag is like very specific when you can bring in the character and tag. Yeah, it like doesn't highlight. And I'm like, oh, come on, get in there. If you just hold it, they raw tag. And the raw tag has like an animation. So you don't want to do that all the time. So the idea is that I want to bring out an assist like 2xKO, BB tag, you know, and maybe you can. But it felt sort of challenging. I think there's a way that you can do it. You can hold X and raw tag. We're not talking about raw tag. We're talking like, come in, do the assist, and I want to pass. I want to like handshake to you like the other tag team games that are like that. But there was a bit of delay. There was a bit of like time. You have to press to assist. Trust me, I was. You have to wait till it highlights. You have to wait till like the tag thing like says you can tag. So there it was. You guys see that? Watch. Does it feel like an Arc System Works game? Yes. Emphatically speaking, if you guys like modern Arc System Works games, like if you like Dragon Ball, or if you're familiar with like Guilty Gear or Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, 100%, the game definitely feels like a modern day Arc System Works game, which is going to make a lot of people happy.
All right, and stopping right there on that note, I thought it was interesting, right? Because right there he's saying it doesn't play like the classics. Doesn't play like we're used to the Marvel vs. Capcom. It doesn't play like any of that. You have to reset your brain because this shit plays completely different. The tag system right now is a little off, not running as fluid as he would like, and obviously they're still in, you know, trying to figure things out. But I thought it was interesting when Max said that, because right around the same time I saw Jayuna actually make this post saying Marvel Tokon, auto combos, assist calls, LMH button strength, unique skill button, easy input specials and supers, guard cancels, parries, Sound familiar? There you go. You get the point. That one has almost 2,000 damn likes.
Let me go back. Hold on a second. 10 seconds. Let's do that. So, you'll notice it here, just to break it down. There's the parry. So, you bring in Star-Lord, right? And you might want to, like, immediately switch to Star-Lord, but you can't. You have to wait. He has to finish this animation, and then you saw it happen there, like, a half second ago. It was a very late tag. So there will be offense that you'll eventually make around these very late tags, but getting it to, like, I just want to tag in and make that happen, it was tough. It was kind of hard to, like, tag in people without just raw tagging them in, you know? And that's one thing I hope changes. I think that part was, like, a bit too restrictive. It was a little bit too restrictive. It made it hard to tag, is all I would say. It felt like I was mostly playing like a 1v1 game with assists and stuff like that. Yo, Giant Bomb, thanks, guys.
Okay, let's stop right there because I thought it was very interesting that point he just made. He was like, it made it hard to tag. It made me feel like I was playing a 1v1 game. Later on in this stream, I remember he said that again. He was like, this was very interesting in a way because it did give me the feeling like ultimately I was playing a 1v1 game because they share the life bar as well. There's like these odd circumstances where you're allowed to have your, another assist come in. So it gives me the feeling, and I believe he also said that some of the players, or like all the players he saw playing this, kind of stuck to the one character during the game.
Excellent. Let's see. I got a bunch more footage. Hold on a second. Let's see if we can review some stuff. I got some stuff from early on. This might be a bit higher quality footage. The capture stuff had some issues. Let me know if it's too loud, chat. Can you juggle assists? Kinda? Kinda? Yeah, there's so much stuff, man. There's so much stuff that you have to like look out for and be like aware of. And then characters have all their crazy gimmicks on top of it, and there's like 4 of them, you know? Yeah, there's throw teching. Throws are with 2 buttons. Are auto combos always enabled? I think auto combos are literally like the way the game is designed.
Damn. Auto combos are the way the game is designed.
If there's one part that I'm curious if it changes, when you're playing the game, at least at like the early parts of the round, stage transitions happen very frequently. And we're kind of like, oh man, it feels like we just did a stage transition and then we'd like do another one. There's also a lot of moments in the gameplay where like the screen will stop, where like you have to do this tag thing so it holds for half a second, like all that kind of stuff. How polished did it feel? It feels like it's getting there. It feels like it definitely needs it feels like the gameplay wise, there's a lot of concepts here and it's pretty polished. It definitely has some things that probably need to be ironed out a little bit. But yeah, like I said, there's a lot of moments where like the screen sort of stops and you're not playing a whole bunch, you know, and you're just sort of like waiting for things to sort of like happen. That happens a bit. Yeah, a lot of visual stops in the gameplay. That's another one of my big criticisms. A lot of visual stops. Can you combo after throws? Not that we found. Yeah, not that we found. Very experimental. Mechanics are pretty experimental. Not so when you get into it, it's got a lot of mechanics, but it's not like that crazy. Like, I don't feel when you're actually playing it, it mostly feels like a 1v1 game. Like, it doesn't feel like you have to fully like worry about like all of the characters on your team. Not in the first impression, right? So it feels like, oh yeah, we're kind of playing like a 1v1 sort of like air dasher against each other. So if it's like the crazy like mind expansion, we don't get that immediately. You have to really get used to things, you know? The biggest one, the biggest one for me is that like if you want to tag, right? what is the purpose for tagging? Like, if you have your main character and you're really good with that character, the biggest purpose is that you want to tag to counter the matchup, right? So if I know Doom works really good against Star-Lord or something like that, you would just try to bring in Doom against Star-Lord. That would be the goal. There's no real reason to directly tag them in otherwise, because there's no health. I don't think there's any health recovery. Since you have one full life bar, you don't have to tag out a lot. So a lot of times when we're watching, you know, the majority of people that are playing the game, they're kind of just sticking with like the one character the entire time.
There you go. He literally just said it right there. They're kind of just sticking to the one character the entire time.
Yeah, tag combos will definitely be a reason you would want to do them as well. But at the same point, if you're switching places with a character that may not be necessarily good in that situation, you almost would not want a tag combo. You would just want to keep it the same. Just use the assists to continue the big combo, you know? Did you find any other character similarities with their MVC counterparts? Not really, dude. No, not really. You almost have to, like, eliminate that out of your head. Yeah, like Captain America's doing, like, jump punches and stuff, and Iron Man is doing, B. Orchid's Dragon Punch. I'm like, what is going on here? Like, there's Doom especially is a weird one because you really got to get used to his gameplay. Does the game feel like there could be infinites? There literally can't be infinites because there is a combo gauge just right over here. There might be a way to circumvent it, you know, but there's this gauge right here. After like 8 hits, it was right around here, and once it gets to the top, there's no more combo. So they just stop being comboed.
All right, man. There you guys have it. So I did not catch the rest of the stream. You know, I watched those highlights. He goes on to say some more stuff like he's hype about. I don't know if he was just, I'm sure he's working his ass off right now. I don't know how tired he is, but he did seem concerned, right? He was being very nice and very professional, but he did say, like, I'm very interested to see if this changes. I want this particular thing to change, and it feels a little wonky. You know, it doesn't play like MVC at all, so get that shit out of your head. And the players that I saw so far, it kind of felt like they were just sticking to the one character. Even when I played it, it felt like a 1v1 game with some assists. I saw a lot of people in the chat as I was watching this kind of reacting, were like, no, or I don't like that, or we'll see. So I don't know. We still have a while. I don't think we have a date for this yet. Sometime next year, but I don't know if we have a hard date. I would hope, since they've done, you know, gone this far, polished it up this far, got this much hype, that they would definitely take back some of this feedback. And by the time, I guess, we can do an alpha or a beta or whatever testing they need to do to fix it, to make it feel more fluid. Because as of right now, it definitely seems like it's great, but it's in the beginning stages to where it's kind of tight. He was even saying, like, I hope they loosen this up because the assist is kind of it's a big thing to get over because there's a really specific window when you can do it. So like I said, that's it for now. I would hate to be like, oh, that's it, wrap it up, this game's gonna suck. No, it can still be one of the biggest releases, biggest games ever. But as of right now, they definitely got some work cut out for them. How y'all feeling? Let me know. All right, and next up, before we get out of here, we got day 2 of EVO. I just wanted to give you guys this information. Day 1 is wrapping up, obviously, today. They're running fucking Street Fighter all day today, among other games, and then all day tomorrow. Obviously, it had the biggest numbers, but this is what's happening tomorrow. So that way, you guys see this tonight. That way, when day hits you, or I said day hits you, day 2 hits you, you know what's up. So check it out. Mortal Kombat is 10 a.m., and that's already fucking top 8. They're already done. And are we surprised? They had like 5 people in there. You know what I'm saying? So they're already done Mortal Kombat. That's wrapping up first thing tomorrow. You see all the other games going. Street Fighter 6 is starting at 10 a.m. That shit is running all day up until like 8 or 9 p.m. Then we got Tekken 8 running all day as well. Some MVC action, Grand Blue, and of course Rivals of Ether. The list goes on. There's a lot. I've already seen some crazy ass clips. I'm like, yo, I gotta cover this stuff. It's crazy when EVO happens because it's almost like there's so much all at once, and like a whole damn week later, you'll be like, how did I miss that? How did I miss that shit? Like you're just constantly still coming up with stories, even a week later, of content that you've never seen before. So I'm doing my best to kind of sift through everything. It's one of those things. Anyway, what the hell I'm trying to say is there's a lot. This is what's happening for day 2. How y'all feeling? let me know. That was Butt Check family. Definitely let me know how you are feeling. Thank you for tuning in. Like I said, as far as Marvel Tokon, you can tell. You can tell. You could always tell when these content creators, especially the big ones, whether they're working with the dev directly. I'm not saying Max is in this case, but I'm saying they have like a special circumstance, you know, because a lot of them get the game early. Some of them might actually be sponsored to talk about the game. I'm just saying in those cases, or in cases where devs are like, hey, we would like you to enjoy our game early. You know, there's circumstances where the verbiage is, you got to read through it. You got to sift through that shit because they're nice. And they're saying things like they're being real, you know what I'm saying? But you could tell that if it was possibly a different circumstance, that word, instead of like, this is kind of crazy, would be like, this is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? But I did like how Max was like, they should probably change this. I would hope they change that. Like I said, keeping it real as possible, because the only way this game is gonna come off with a bang and be, you know, be the big hit that we all hope it is that they listen before they release it. Anyway, that's all I got to say today, man. Hope you guys are having a good one. I was actually, like I said, I don't know if you guys remember, but this is the weekend that my family has rented a house somewhere else, a couple of hours away from where I am now. So I was there last night. So I had to drive back here to do this. Like I said, I'm hustling for y'all. And then tomorrow, guess what? I do it again. I do it all up. I'm gonna keep doing that until Sunday night. So either way, I promise I will see you tomorrow with another button check. Thank you guys for the amazing love as always. I don't know what it is, but I know EVO is here, baby. It's about to get better. Love y'all, fella. Peace.
Blah, blah, blah. Subscribe.
All right, real quick, Butt Check fam. I wanted to leave you with this. A special shout out to my editor, Sebastian. So you guys seem to have liked when I keep fucking up the, when I keep messing up the tweets, right? He does an excellent job of editing and entering that Looney Tunes music, all that good stuff. Well, apparently one of his homies did some artwork for us. I think his ad is at Fred Up Thester. I'm probably butchering that. I appreciate the mad love, man. You and Sebastian, they did some crazy ass artwork. I'm gonna put it on the screen right now. Bam, check it out. So this is what he was using when I messed up the reading and they were doing those nice little hilarious slides. I love it. This is me right here holding my ears. This is Sebastian right here laughing his ass off. Basically laughing as he's editing the damn video. There you have it. I love this artwork. I need to somehow print this out and frame it and put it on the damn wall. So either way, there you have it. Yeah, laugh on. Your boy can't read. Either way, peace.